I really can, but thank you.
Marissa, a beautiful young woman, is about to marry Chris, a wealthy and successful man. As she prepares in her wedding gown, her mind drifts to the secrets of their marriage, rules she must keep hidden from her husband. Although Marissa agrees to follow the rules, she knows the seventh one, tied to her secret craving for dangerous pleasures, will be the hardest to resist. A year passes, and Marissa's life appears perfect. Chris, a powerful lawyer, loves her deeply, but Marissa harbors dreams of becoming a famous singer-songwriter. For now, she performs at a small cafe, hoping one day to make it to bigger stages. While her marriage seems good, Marissa feels confined because she hasn't yet realized her musical aspirations. One day, she decides to surprise Chris at his office with snacks, but instead, she runs into his mother. The older woman seizes the opportunity to scold Marissa, reminding her of how a proper wife should behave. Frustrated, Marissa leaves and heads to the park to work on her song lyrics. While sitting in the park, she considers entering a singing competition, but doubts her ability. Taking a break, she watches an explicit video on her phone, featuring a man assaulting a woman dressed as a schoolgirl. A man named Slade passes by and notices Marissa watching the video. He smiles and stares at her for a moment. But when his phone rings, Marissa quickly hides her phone, feeling ashamed. Slade, however, seems unfazed, winking at her before walking away. As Marissa continues through the park, she calls Chris to ask what he wants for dinner. Nearby, two men are drinking and chatting. One walks off, while the other notices Marissa and approaches her, inviting her for a drink. When she declines, he becomes aggressive and tries to force her to join him. Fortunately, Slade reappears and warns the man to back off. The second man returns, and they both apologize before leaving. Slade advises Marissa not to be alone in the park and suggests she find a better place to watch such videos. He even asks if she is the woman in the video, which she denies. He gives her his number and invites her to the Corporal Club, promising an intriguing experience. That night, while lying in bed, Marissa imagines Slade whisking her away into the woods and spanking her as punishment for not writing a song. Chris senses Marissa's excitement and assumes she's dreaming about him, leading them to make love. However, Marissa continues to fantasize about being disciplined, hoping Chris will pick up on her desires. But Chris, being more conservative, doesn't act on them. The next morning, Marissa nervously dials Slade's number, but hangs up after the first ring. She gathers her courage and tries again, but immediately ends the call once more. Slade, understanding her hesitation, remains confident that he can win her over, though he's busy with other matters. Later that day, Marissa's sister, a police officer, visits and brings flyers promoting Marissa's upcoming performance. Marissa spends time researching the Corporal Club online when Chris walks in, excited to share that he's on the verge of becoming the youngest district attorney in the state. His boss has resigned, opening a path for Chris's promotion. Chris, emphasizing the importance of family, suggests they start thinking about having children. Marissa, however, isn't ready, wanting to focus on her music career first. The disagreement leads to a heated argument, with Chris expressing his frustration that they can't wait forever. Upset, Marissa later visits the Corporal Club, where she meets a woman named Olivia. Nervous about entering, she hesitates, but Slade reassures her it will be fine. Just as they're talking, Chris calls to apologize for their earlier fight. When Slade opens the door to the club, strange sounds echo from inside, scaring Marissa, causing her to quickly leave. That evening, Marissa performs at the cafe while her family watches. After her show, her sister reminds her that she's 29 and should start thinking about children, but Marissa remains focused on her music. During this conversation, she spots Slade in the distance, and when he touches her shoulder as he passes by, a surge of emotion overwhelms her, making it hard to concentrate on her sister's words. The next morning, Slade calls Marissa and invites her to the club that night. Initially unsure, she eventually agrees after some convincing. She removes her wedding ring and heads to the club. Inside, Olivia explains that the Corporal Club is a place where people explore their hidden desires and fantasies in a judgment-free environment. She assures Marissa that this is a safe space where people keep these aspects of their lives private. Olivia introduces Marissa to Valerie, a woman who provides harsh punishments to those who seek pleasure in pain. Valerie confides that she lost both her husband and career because of this lifestyle, but believes it's worth the sacrifice. Soon after, Slade arrives, and Marissa realizes he owns the club. To grab her attention, Slade selects a woman from the crowd and publicly disciplines her, leaving Marissa embarrassed. Overwhelmed, Marissa quickly leaves and heads back home. Marissa spends more time with Chris, trying to hint that she wants him to be more assertive, but he fails to pick up on her cues. Frustrated, she loses her temper and yells at him. A few days later, Slade watches Marissa perform again, while Olivia, watching from a distance, becomes jealous and returns to the club. Upset, She asks Valerie to punish her with a firm spanking. Later, when Marissa is at home, she can't stop thinking about Slade. She takes a relaxing bath, indulging in her fantasies about him. That night, Slade calls and invites her to a party on Sunday, where all the women are required to wear schoolgirl outfits. Trusting him completely, Marissa agrees to attend. On Saturday, Marissa visits Chris's family, as his older sister is about to have a baby. Marissa brings a thoughtful gift and tries to be courteous, but Chris's mother continuously criticizes her, mocking her job situation and pointing out that she's almost 30, with little to show for it. However, Chris's youngest sister defends Marissa, understanding the feeling of being different and unfairly judged. Later, Chris's mother organizes a game where everyone has to find specific flowers for a $50 prize. While everyone else eagerly participates, Marissa is uninterested. After witnessing an argument between Chris's mother and his younger sister, Marissa decides to embrace her true self and heads to the Corporal Club in her schoolgirl outfit. Feeling nervous but determined, she meets Slade. Unable to resist his charm, she follows him to a private room where he commands her to kneel and spanks her, mixing pain with pleasure. Afterward, Marissa returns home, smiling as she looks at the red marks in the mirror. She ignores Chris's calls and texts, but quickly responds to Slade, thanking him for the evening. Meanwhile, Olivia returns home and spends time with her son, revealing that she is Slade's ex-wife and still harbors feelings for him. The next morning, Chris comes back from his business trip, worried about why Marissa hadn't responded to his messages. Marissa tries to talk to Chris about her new desires, but he misinterprets her comments as being about her music. He reassures her of his support and shares that he plans to run for a political office. On their wedding anniversary, Chris questions Marissa about her whereabouts the previous night, and she lies, claiming she was out with her sister. At the same time, Slade arrives to pick up his son. Olivia confronts Slade, accusing him of treating Marissa differently and hinting that he has feelings for her. Slade denies this, saying Marissa is no different from anyone else. Olivia warns him that Marissa's husband is a future district attorney, which could threaten his career. Slade, however, dismisses her concerns and walks away. Later, Marissa meets with her sister and asks her to lie to Chris about the dinner. Her sister, suspicious, presses Marissa on where she really was, but Marissa refuses to share the truth. Despite being uncomfortable, her sister agrees to help in order to protect Marissa's marriage. Realizing the deceit is unfair to her kind-hearted husband, Marissa decides to end things with Slade. She discards her schoolgirl outfit and begins ignoring Slade's messages. A few days later, at a press conference where Chris announces his candidacy for district attorney, he promises to fight crime and improve the community. During the event, Olivia shows up and sends Marissa a video of Slade spanking her. Shocked, Marissa struggles to remain calm in front of everyone. Olivia continues taunting her, even sending Chris a message, causing Marissa to panic. However, the message turns out to be a simple, good luck note to Chris. Later, Olivia corners Marissa in the restroom, threatening to expose her unless she agrees to be controlled by Olivia. Marissa insists her involvement with Slade was a one-time thing, but Olivia doesn't believe her. Olivia demands that Marissa continue attending the club, but only with her permission. Marissa refuses, but is unable to escape the threat, hiding in a stall as Olivia continues to pressure her. Desperate to protect Chris's career, Marissa reluctantly agrees to Olivia's terms. Olivia seals the deal with a kiss, inviting her to the club the following Saturday. Putting on a brave face, Marissa returns to Chris, posing for the cameras at the press event. As the film concludes, Marissa reflects on the fear she has experienced, but also acknowledges the intense thrill she felt, more alive than ever before. End the movie. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.